And honestly, when I attended premarital counseling, we didn't have that mental health component. You know, it was all of these other things that could lead to a mental health challenge or struggle or trigger, but we didn't necessarily address mental health. And I feel like that component needs to be in both of those aspects of counseling.
Yeah, even when I did premarital counseling, their mental health wasn't really touched on. Everything else was touched on, but that wasn't.
Right.
For giggles, if you could create your own,
Mhm.
what would be the top 3 questions for like that pre-parent questionnaire? What would be the top 3 things that you would put on like that mental health questionnaire?
I think it's important to identify who were you before you became a mom, because those things we need to revisit once you become a mom. Because one of the biggest triggers, especially with the population that I work with, is feeling like they don't know who they are. So I feel like that's very important. Number one, who were you before you became parents, for moms and fathers? The second thing is, who is your village? Who can you depend on? Because we will need to refer back to that list when you start to feel overwhelmed. And I'm not talking about just the regular, oh, I got great auntie here. Like, I really want to explore what these relationships look like, because I don't want you depending on great auntie over here. If great auntie will watch your child whenever you ask, but she makes you feel bad about it after the fact. You know, those little conversations like, oh, you always in the streets,
Yeah.
you always work. We don't want to hear that, because you probably are already experiencing mom guilt, and we don't need that to be triggered. And I would say that the third one would be, um, I don't know about the third one. I think it would be important to identify the things that make you happy, or
Mm.
that help you feel recentered, or how do you recenter? Maybe something along that question.
I think those are great questions because again, you're going back to who you are as an individual. And as I'm watching friends and family, like they get so inundated in
Mhm.
their partner and their kids that they kind of forget themselves. And then when the kid is old enough and the partner is still kind of progressing and doing their own thing, they're just kind of standing there like,
Mhm.
who am I as a person? And especially as Black women, we put so much into other people and pour into other people's buckets
Right.
that we, by the time we realize it, we're just like, oh, no one's poured into my bucket. Everyone has taken turns, and I don't know who I am as a person.
Mhm.
So I think those 3 questions are awesome and amazing.